years, according to data from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration.
We'll be in the lowest level of activation, ready, but as it escalates, we'll start bringing in the other individuals to staff the EOC.
About 60 miles to the north in San Clemente, crews have been working, hoping to prevent mudslides from striking the area again.
Anytime you have a swell push up from the south, it's going to be big. And sometimes that doesn't mean it's going to be really good shape. It just means it's going to be big.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Well, thousands of Canadians are scrambling to evacuate after more wildfires have developed across the country. More than 230 fires are burning across Yellowknife, the capital city of the Northwest Territories, prompting many communities to evacuate. Many are facing dangerous road conditions and long lines in order to catch emergency flights. Over 1,000 people were flown out Thursday. An additional 2,000 seats are available today. The Canadian military says they are working to get remaining residents evacuated safely. Well, this is the country's worst fire season on record, and that is what we have been seeing across Canada. But we aren't the only ones dealing with fires across not just the northern America, but also out in the Pacific and Hawaii. So we talk a lot about the lower 48 and as well as Canada. But coming up on Weather Extra, we'll be talking more about the recovery efforts in Hawaii after those devastating wildfires. And we're also going to go beyond the 7-day to let you know how long next week's dangerous heat plans on sticking around. Plus, in this week's Mets Around the World, a familiar face as she gives advice to future meteorologists. We'll be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Good Day, Alabama.
A new morning comes with preparing right, because while you slept, news broke.
We have new information from that breaking news that happened this morning.
While you head out, the storm we gave you the first alert for is on its way in. And as the key turns the ignition, your shorter route to work is being found.
Avoid 459 southbound completely because of a crash.
A new morning means everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama, always on your side.
The first alert traffic you need to get you there safe and on time. Tomorrow morning, everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama.
You're late, out the door, and on the go. Don't worry.
Good Day, Alabama continues all morning long.
And wherever you watch, this is what you need to know right now.
More reporters on the streets with more hours of news when you need it. Everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama. Knowing first is everything. First Alert Weather.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. As we prepare for extreme heat over the next week, people's energy bills are also increasing. Sunnyside tells us more about how expensive it is to stay cool this summer.
July set an all-time heat record here in Las Vegas with more than 17 days hitting at least 110 degrees. I spoke with one man who has been living here for 30 years and he says he has never seen anything like this before.
78 degrees is, what I have to keep it at because I'm scared to put it down to 76 because I don't want to have a $700 power bill.
Summer in the city has always been hot, but never this hot.
We have window shutters and I've totally closed all the blinds, all the shutters and everything, and I think next year I'm gonna get blackout curtains because I don't know what's going to happen.
Torres moved his family from a 6-bedroom home to a smaller one to lower his power bill, but that did not work this summer.
This month, I'm pretty sure it's going to be somewhere around $630. So $630 for this month, $458 or something like that for our last month, and then whatever the next month is going to be, it's going to be somewhere in the vicinity of almost $2,000 for the 3 months.
Torres also runs a fish and plant shop that needs to stay cool.
We give a good chunk to NV Energy. For the store, it's expected, you know, because it's a 30-degree difference of what we're trying to keep the store in than what it is from the outside.
The local power company says it is doing what it can to help keep costs low.
Well, our company's actually recently filed to reduce prices for the summer months to help customers with, those bills. But we always tell customers, do whatever you can to conserve.
Nevada Energy encourages customers to keep their thermostats at 78 degrees when they're home and higher when they're away.
National Weather Service advises everyone to please pay attention to their warnings to protect yourself from heat-related illnesses. In Las Vegas, Sunny Sai, Fox News.
A letter from a management company for 3 of West Maui's water suppliers suggests there was a delay in state permission for extra water to battle the wildfires. In this letter, which was sent to the director of the Commission on Water Resource Management, it described the delays in diverting the streams to fill the reservoirs, which is used by the fire department. He wrote they requested approval at 1 p.m. on August 9th, but didn't receive approval until 6 p.m., almost 2 hours after flames shut down the Lahaina bypass. But the company did admit that they didn't know if filling the reservoirs earlier would have made a difference. Lauren?
Well, Tania, a powerful thunderstorm causing havoc for people across southern New England. This is the scene earlier this morning in Johnston, Rhode Island, after high winds knocked down trees and power lines. Several thousand households in the area and other parts of the state are without power, with other structures and vehicles being damaged by debris. The National Weather Service announcing they are headed to the area to survey if the damage was caused by a tornado. And in Massachusetts, the National Weather Service confirmed that a tornado touched down in North Attleboro and Mansfield today. The strength of it is still unknown. Tania?
Well, Lauren, it's time for Meteorologists Around the World, or Mets Around the World. And on this week's installment, we travel back to Minnesota, where Emily Mers at KEYC talks more with us about her journey to becoming a meteorologist and some advice she has for those wanting to join their profession.
Tell me, Emily, what advice do you have for an aspiring meteorologist, and maybe some advice on how they can fight the storms in their career journey?
Yeah, I think a big one is don't be afraid to take risks. Obviously, last summer, I took a chance and moved 14 hours away from home, lived with people that I didn't know, came up here. I have no family up here. I have no friends up here. I came up completely by myself, had no idea what to expect. And interning up here last summer was a great move. I really took a chance, and it landed pretty well. I came back and I'm so excited. So I've always told people that I feel like you have to move across the country one time, at least one time in your life. You really just have to experience what a different part of the country is like. And with it being so different weather-wise and culture-wise, it really is just a growing experience to be able to take such a risk like that and face all those challenges. So that would definitely be my advice, is don't be afraid to move away from home. It's scary, but it will totally be worth it.
It will totally be worth it. But you can catch the rest of the interviews. We'll try to post them on our streaming platforms. And of course, the WBRC First Alert Weather app is always a handy dandy tool to have on your mobile device. Lauren? Matter of fact,
there she is. Thanks, Tania. Well, coming up next on First Alert Weather Extra, we take a look at the full 7-day forecast, and I'll take you beyond the 7-day to let you know how long this dangerous heat could be sticking around. We'll be right back.
We heard the first alert. Mom says we have to go. She says I don't have time to grab any more toys.
Need to be in your tornado-safe place. Get there right now as you have.
We have to get to our safe place because sometimes when you hear the siren, it's too late. That's why she says knowing first is everything.
We know weather can be grab the umbrella or jogging shoes, but it's so much more. It's a science, an art, led by knowledge and experience.
And no one has more of that than a WBRC First Alert weather team.
Warning you first with more hours committed to you. And the first forecast built to see weeks, days, and even minutes ahead, right down to where you live. From the team you trust on your favorite screen.
Doing the weather better. The WBRC First Alert weather team, always on your side.
The first alert is more than a warning. It's a promise. A promise to get you out of harm's way with plenty of time to spare. 4 walls and a roof can be replaced. Lives can't. That's why knowing first is everything. First Alert weather.
Welcome back in the weather. Extra dry conditions expected for the weekend and through most of next week. A quick check on what's happening in the tropics. First off, we were telling you at the start of the show about Tropical Storm Hillary. Well, once it reaches California being Tropical Storm Hillary, it's now a hurricane, but having some impacts there. Tropical storm watches up for San Diego County. First time in history that's happened. This is actually the first tropical, well, they didn't have tropical storm watches last time there was a system here. The last tropical storm was 1939, but Hillary's moving to the north. It's going to move over cooler waters, rapidly weaken, and as that system moves in, again, there could be 40, 50 mile per hour winds, locally heavy rainfall, and some significant impacts, an area not accustomed to that kind of weather moving into Southern California. But that's an interesting setup over in the Pacific. Over in the Atlantic Basin, things waking up here. Several disturbances that we're watching, but there's one that just really stands out. You see way out over the Central Atlantic. Wouldn't surprise me by this time tomorrow if we have a tropical depression or tropical storm developing right there. But the Gulf of Mexico, an area that we're watching, there's now up to a 40% chance for development. There's several waves out here, just a lot of disturbances at this time. No name system, no immediate threat as those systems move our way, but a lot to monitor through the weekend. So certainly check in with Fred, Tania, as we keep a watch on what's happening there with respect to the long-range forecast. In the morning, out the door, some 60s, close to 70 in a few spots, and you can see Brent there around 70, some pick locations, low 60s to the north, Asheville, Blountsville areas, East Alabama, Jacksonville to center. You can see those temperatures down in a low to mid 60s, but a nice cool start to the day. Rest of the day tomorrow, those afternoon highs warming up close to 90 degrees, lots of sunshine. And as we look into Sunday, we'll see afternoon highs in the 90s. But the thing is, we haven't seen a lot of rain this week. And even though dew points may try to come up a bit, the ground's kind of dry. We haven't had a lot of rain and the air's dry. So the dryness is helping us in the evenings with the comfort levels. So we warm up quickly in the afternoon. Temperatures drop quickly during the evening, so if you want to do a little grilling tomorrow, head out to the summer block party at Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Should be some fantastic weather for Saturday night as well. But another model here just to show you the one tropical system closest to home. That's going to stay well south of us. You can see this is the higher global data that's showing this moving south of the Gulf Coast. So if you are thinking about plans next week, maybe you have Labor Day weekend plans, you know, you're looking on out into the future there, at least right now, it looks like this is all going to stay south of the Alabama Gulf Coast. Might see early next week a tropical storm or a tropical depression here over the western Gulf, but it is moving in the opposite direction. So even though there's a lot happening, which is to be expected, I mean, we're getting close to the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season. You can see dry weather right on through the middle of next week, and we got that first alert for dangerous heat afternoon high temperatures close to 100, not only for one day, not for 2 days, multiple days, Tuesday right on through the end of next week. In some areas even hotter than 100 degrees. But looking at some steamy conditions, and you know, you look at that and you say, well, it looks like the temperature drops a degree there on Friday. But Lauren, I don't think we're talking about a major drop in temperatures in the long range forecast.
Yeah, no, Wes, not looking too promising for us just yet. As we look beyond the 7-day, you can see a good portion of the country, especially across the southern U.S., looking at flirting with above average temperatures. So that heat really going to be cranking up here even 6 to 10 days from now. So even beyond the 7-day, it doesn't look like it's going to be changing too much. So remember, what it's spitting out here isn't necessarily what's going to happen, but generally the possibility of upper 90s, if not low 100s next week. We may see a little reprieve, but still for the good part of the last half of August into early September, looking like above average temperatures. And maybe you could see a little help in the way of it being a little bit cooler, but generally just going to be very mild and muggy in the mornings as well. And you can see too here in areas like Birmingham, across Alabama, below average precipitation expected. So it looks like it's going to be a very hot and dry pattern in the days ahead. Let's look at the future cast here beyond the 7-day. You'll notice that ridge of high pressure, that heat dome we've been talking about, will still be pretty dominant even into next weekend. May see it break down a little bit for a chance of a few scattered and short storms, but you can see that high pressure ridge across much of the country really having an influence on our weather pattern. Of course, as we're getting into the latter half of August and into early September, we want to watch for any tropical activity, showing the potential of maybe some tropical activity late August into early September. But generally, it looks like that ridge of high pressure is going to be in control for us, keeping us hot and mainly dry. Well, meanwhile, a school in South Florida has received a major grant from the National Science Foundation in order to create a new climate app. The University of South Florida at St. Pete received $1.5 million to help them create the new app. With tools like flood mapping, it will help emergency responders identify climate risk in coastal communities. In Pinellas County, Florida, the idea is to have neighbors upload what they capture as a photo or video from their backyard, and it will be sent to emergency management.
Officials will know where the hidden needs are. Right. So, and on the other hand, communities will be able to tell the emergency officials what their concerns are.
The county is currently doing flood assessment risk. And Mickey Ferguson joins us now with a new week of Mickey's Weather Kit. Let's take a look.
Well, alrighty, we have our weather kid here, Bentley Mize. And Bentley, you wanted to introduce me to somebody. Who's that?
Noah.
Noah? Who's Noah?
My older brother.
Come on up here, Noah. He wanted to introduce you real quick, and you don't have a microphone on, but you can just say hello right here.
Hey.
Now, you're a little bit taller than your brother here.
Just a little bit.
A little bit?
Mm-hmm.
And where are you in school right now?
So I go to school at Thompson High School, and I'm a junior there currently.
Okay, and you're interested in what when you grow up?
Being a broadcast and a news reporter and an anchor or something like that.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So we might be hearing from you, huh?
Possibly. Hopefully. That's the goal.
Okay.
Yes,
well,
sir.
So we got a future meteorologist and a future reporter, maybe anchor, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I hope it goes well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All righty. That was nice of you to bring your brother up there. Y'all might be working together someday, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's see what's going on with the weather. Bentley, let's take a look. Well, are we seeing anything on radar right now?
No.
It
It's clear.
It's clear. Okay. How about you pick out 3 cities and tell me what the temperature is? Let me see this. What about this city right here?
Tuscaloosa, 68 degrees.
And what about this big city right here?
Birmingham, 69 degrees.
Okay. And what about up here?
Pell City, 68.
Very, very nice. Now, looking at the map here on the screen, what do we think is going to be happening today? Let's say around 11 o'clock.
38 degrees,
Or
mostly sunny.
Say that one more time. What do we think?
83 degrees.
There you go.
Mostly sunny.
There you go. And what about our high way on down the road here going into this afternoon?
90 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly sunny.
Mostly sunny skies. So what do you think about doing the weather? You think you want to do this when you grow up?
Yeah.
You'd rather be chasing the tornadoes and the storms, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, kids, if you want to do the weather with me, tell your mom or dad, your grandparents, somebody. You go online, WBRC.com, look for the drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner, look for the Good Day link, and you'll see where to go. The kids have got to be between the ages of 5 to 12 to enter, and every kid who's picked gets an AmFirst Visa gift card for $25. Do you know what you want to do with that $25?
No.
You don't? Can I
don't
borrow
know yet.
$25? I'm just kidding. All right. Did a great job, Bentley! Yay!
Hey, Bentley, hit me up and we'll figure out something to do with those $25. So let's look at the Super 7-day forecast here as we head towards the weekend. That heat is going to be cranking up, but this weekend, can you believe Saturday is going to be the coolest day in the forecast? I'll take low 90s because look at what's going to happen next week. Because buckle up, y'all. It is coming. That heat is going to be building in and still looking very dry. But hey, check in with Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt tonight for an update on your forecast here on WBRC Fox 6. And you can join us here every weeknight on Weather Extra at 6:30 on your favorite streaming platform. And then, hey, on September 11th, we'll be on the big, well, guess not the big, we're not going to be in a movie theater. Sorry, if you go there, we'll definitely not be in a movie theater. Just turn on your TV at home. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Have a safe and happy Friday evening.